So we're live on YouTube, but we're live again. The Naked
Hello.
Couple. Hello. And what are we going to talk about today?
Tiredness, being tired.
Yeah, tiredness. How we deal with that, because we got a 20-month and a 7-week, and we've got a lot of tiredness in our life.
And we're really tired today.
We had no sleep last night.
I have not had a decent sleep for months and months and months.
You're certainly worse off than I am.
Thanks.
I was trying to say you've got less sleep than I have.
Yeah.
Maybe I said that wrong. But we neither of us have had a lot of sleep for a long time, have we?
Yeah.
You know, I hope you don't mind me saying, but when you got pregnant, you put a little bit of weight on.
A little bit.
And that kind of affects your nasal experience
you're gonna
when you're
try
sleeping.
to be a hero, and you're gonna point out how much you had to cope with when I
Snore.
Yeah.
There's not a bit around the bush. You snored. We live near the docks, and I used to think the ships was coming into our garden every night because the noise.
You need to stop doing that.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It was awful, and I used to just lay there and just listen to this foghorn.
Music. It's called music.
And then the baby come, and the weight started to come down, and snoring's eased. But baby needs feeding during the evening. And when we get up, sometimes we wake the other baby up, and it's just flip-flopping backwards and forwards between looking after one or the other, not sleeping, running businesses, doing these podcasts, everything else we got going on in our life. And it's bloody hectic. And it's really, really hard to keep on top of everything when you're tired.
Yeah. I think with us, it's that the lack of the support bubble as well. Because your family is not massively involved. My family lives miles away. And it was amazing when we had my mum and dad for the last 2.5 weeks, and you had that space and you could concentrate on things without having to rush into looking after the baby and stuff. But
certainly having that network of people around you does help, and we don't have it. You know, yes, we had it for 2.5 weeks with your mum and dad living here. They've gone now, so it's back to normal. And while I was here, that was nice. We could rest, we could party, and we did. And we went out,
they were the ones waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, not us.
Yeah, and that was lovely.
Yeah.
But the reality is that's just a small part of the year, isn't it? They're not here for long, unfortunately, and we don't have people around us that can help throughout the evening anyway. We have people come in during the daytime to help us out, which is lovely, but certainly in the evenings when we kind of need that sleep, we're on our own.
I was ready to go to sleep at 8 o'clock yesterday.
I know.
You don't stop. You fell asleep at 7:30.
Well, I put Lucy to bed, and I kind of fell asleep putting her to bed. I think I fell asleep before she did. There was no playtime for her last night. I think I was just out of it. But it was coming off the back of a really heavy day. We worked hard yesterday. We didn't stop.
No.
And Luke's not been digesting his milk very well, and he's getting upset tummies, which causes a lot of stress, and you know, we're not being able to put him down to sleep, and it just all builds up. It builds up and it builds up, and you know, we're not saying that for people to feel sorry for us in any way. We want to talk about today how we deal with that, and how we recognize when we are getting to the end with each other. What it used to be like before we recognize that, and some of the little strategies we put in to make sure we cope with this tiredness. Because when you're tired and you're not thinking right, you don't see the world the same way, do you? You don't see each other the same way.
No.
You know, everything is cloudy. Yeah, I know with me, when I get tired, my brain feels so foggy. I feel so like I can't concentrate. Miserable.
You're such a pain in the back when you're tired.
Luckily, I don't get tired very often. It's you.
We had a situation yesterday, didn't we?
We had a rare situation yesterday where I was a little tired,
A little tired.
and someone, toddled off to the kitchen to play in the kitchen, and I had 2 babies, both screaming, both trying to.
I can literally count on my hand how many times you were left with 2 babies on your own for 20 minutes.
You must have a lot of fingers.
And yesterday, no, I've got 5 fingers in this hand. Yeah, 4 fingers in the thumb, as you used to say. So that's even better.
The thumb.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I'm busy cooking, trying to feed everyone, putting everything together, and walk in. You had a face like thunder, like, for fuck's sake, I've got 2 babies in here. And I'm like, get used to it, love. I deal with something like that at least 3 times a week.
I was shattered yesterday, absolutely shattered. I don't know why. I don't know. I think, actually, I do know why, and we'll talk about why. You know, we had your mum and dad over, and we went for it last week. We had some big nights out, didn't we? And we still run. We still went out for runs.
First time in like 3 years.
Absolutely hammered.
Absolutely hammered. I did not remember a single thing. Oh gosh, I'll be in trouble for saying it out loud.
No, I know. You kind of had memory loss, didn't you? Luckily, you didn't upset anybody. You was on form.
My feet were dirty when I woke up.
Yeah, that's weird because you took your shoes off and danced around. But we had a great time, and I think it just all caught up yesterday. Yeah. I think the stress of taking your mum and dad back and getting them to the airport safely and worrying about them and missing them and all of that, and having just no sleep, lots of alcohol. We didn't eat particularly well last week either, did we? We had a lot of junk food, and it just crap food, lots of alcohol,
not enough water,
no sleep, not enough exercise, nowhere near enough water. All that added up, and at the time, it was great. We was enjoying it. It was lovely, but it gets to a point where it's like boom, it affects you.
Yep.
And the older you get, the more it affects you. When you're younger, you kind of recover so much quicker. And I can remember, you know, I used to be in the pub every night of the week when I was younger. I would drink every night of the week, and I would train, and I'd play football, and I would do all sorts, and it never ever affected me. I had so much energy, but as I've got older, I can't do that so much anymore. And it makes it difficult. And I think certainly with us two, we go, don't we? We don't have the break.
Yeah.
And we crash sometimes, and then we're like, shit, where did that come from? And in the past, when we crashed, we would clash.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we wouldn't talk for days. We wouldn't talk until you got needy, and you would come to me and you say, come on.
Seems to be a recurring thing about these podcasts, you talking about us clashing and me getting needy and making up with you.
That's what it was.
But it was. It was that, wasn't it? Really, let's be honest. Yeah. And it would come to a point where we would fight and butt heads, and when we was tired, it made it so much worse. Because even some of the stupid little things we would fight over.
Yeah, like you standing in the middle of the hallway when I have to leave with the kids to get them to school on time, and you cannot see the pressure and the tension, and you're just standing like a palm tree. Look at me, I'm here.
I was contributing in some way, I'm sure, keeping the kids quiet and entertaining them and stuff like that, but you wouldn't see it that way. You just see me looking pretty in your way. I don't know. But it was just silly little clashes, and we're a lot better now, aren't we? Yeah. We've got a few techniques that we've got that help us massively and can help you as well, that mean when we get to that stage, like last night.
I have gone such a long way.
I was at that stage last night, and I was really struggling with both kids. And one stopped crying, the other one started crying. That one stopped crying, this one started crying, and they're both sitting on my knee. I've both got them like this. Lucy's heavy now, and I'm kind of carrying her, and he's headbutting me like this because he's got wind, and
that's a bit traumatic.
No, you wasn't in the room, but seriously, it was like a bloody scene out of Rocky. He was whacking me. He was, and he was crying, and every time he whacked me, kind of Lucy looked at him and whacked me as well, and it was just and I'm tired. I'm really tired, and I've got these kids, and you walked in and probably said the worst thing. Are you okay? Is everything all right? No, fucking hell! Look at me. It's not all right.
You're explaining a hero. Like, I can handle it. I got it.
If they wasn't children, if they was objects, they would have been launched. Because
I'm glad they did not.
no, I'm glad. Yeah, but it clearly wasn't all right, and you walked in all smiling, all happy. Because
Yeah, I had my
you've
break
been
away
cooking
from
and
them.
enjoying yourself. Is everything all right? They've been screaming for 20 minutes, and you haven't even come in to help me.
The
Now,
doors were shut. You
you've
know
got
I'm a bit
ears.
deaf.
But anyway,
Yeah, so he got really stroppy. Oh my gosh, if Luke could kill, I would be dead at that specific split of a second.
if looks could kill, not Luke could kill.
No, if your looks could
Yeah.
kill. Yeah, oh gosh, no, I don't want Luke to be a
No.
killer.
No, Luke's our son. No, he doesn't kill. He's 7 weeks old.
Eight,
He
that's
probably will eventually. The way he was headbutting me last
it.
night. But yeah,
You
now
snapped.
how would that have played out in the past if that was a few years ago?
Oh gosh, I would snap at you. I would say, for fuck's sake, Lee, once you've got the kids and you can't handle them for 20 minutes, for goodness sake. And you would snap back and then we would stop talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think it would have escalated more than that. We would have
Yeah,
probably...
you're such an asshole.
you would have said that, and then I would have said something worse.
I would
and...
probably call you a PUSSY as well, not being able to, handle things well.
It would have got bad,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? It would have got bad, and I don't mind talking about it now because it's history, and it's important people know that we've not come from a kind of perfect relationship where everything's lovey-dovey. It's always been lovey-dovey, and we've never argued, and we're this perfect couple. No, we still argue from time to time, not as much, or nowhere near as much.
Yeah.
And we deal with it a lot quicker because we've learned how to deal with it a lot quicker.
I think that we have disagreements rather than arguments. And because we're both stubborn, I stick to my guts, you stick to yours. And then you realize that my guts are better, so you come and you apologize and you say, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Did you say you stick to your guts?
Yes.
It's not the same.
It doesn't matter. I
Stick
got
to
my
your
guts. I got my guts.
That might be a saying in Poland. I don't know, but it's
Anyway,
it's
keep
guns.
going.
You
keep
stick to
going.
your guns.
What are guts? Oh, guts are like the...
Guts is like this.
Oh, yeah, I can stick to my guts.
No, you stick to your guns. That's the
It's
saying.
fine.
I thought you were saying guts.
Yeah, guts.
No.
Doesn't make sense
We-
sticking to guns.
We
You
both
both have
stick to our guns. I don't know where the saying comes from, but I'm sure there's a story behind it. But yeah, we do. We have in the past. We've kind of, no, I'm right, and we failed to see that actually we could be both right, or maybe we are wrong and the other person is right, because we never took time to step out and look back and analyze anything.
And I think that's the thing. Like, we read the situation differently because we're different. So in your mind, you're right, but in my mind, you're completely wrong and I'm right.
Not anymore. In my mind, I was always right. I was always right, and you was never right, and it was always.
Well, because that's what my mind was saying to me.
I know that I was right.
No, that I was right.
Oh. I don't know how your mind ever got to you was always right. I can understand you thinking I was always right, but surely that was the case. But no, I would always think I was right, and I would never back down ever. If you went in and said you are wrong, that was whoa.
Never happened.
No, I know. No, obviously I wasn't wrong, but I used to think I was always right. But I know I was wrong from time to time, because I've learned to step back now and think about the situation and see things from the other person's point of view. Whereas I could never see that in the past. I would always look at it from my point of view, and my point of view was right, according to me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was, that's how I thought. And kind of, you was the same as well. You can't, say I was the only one. You would think you was right, and we would literally talk over each other, wouldn't we?
Oh, that would aggravate me so much.
You'd be
I tried
talking,
to
I'd be
tell you
talking.
my point, and you just get into my sentence and you say the worst thing that you used to do is when you were taking the piss out of my English. So I would say the word in the wrong way, like not correctly said, and you would try to take a mickey. What did you say? What the hell is that? Blah blah blah. And that would make me so angry.
Well, that's why I did it. because I knew it made you angry. I knew it threw you off of track.
Yeah.
You know, I could tell if you get to learn each other's trigger points, didn't you? You know what works, you know, and I knew if I could pick up a little bit on what you said, it would get you angry, and then you would
Yeah.
forget about.
But then I got you back, because every time I mentioned that you failed at something, that would really kick you off with things.
Yeah, because you knew what hurt me,
Yeah.
and I knew what hurt you, so we would throw that at each other when we had a fight, because you want to be spiteful,
Yeah.
or you want to hurt, or you want to throw the other person off track, so they forget what they're kind of arguing about, and then just kind of give in.
Yep.
And that's what we did, and it never really worked because we never forgot what we was arguing about. We just stopped arguing and then stopped talking.
Yep.
That was
Whatever.
it, wasn't it? Silence.
I sleep in this room, you sleep in that room.
Yeah.
I remember when we had a fight over the mattress.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
It wasn't funny. You're looking back on it now, and if you can lift yourself up and look down on that situation and see me and you fighting over a mattress, you
I was
put it
about
this way.
8 months pregnant, getting the mattress off the bed.
I wanted that
you
mattress.
dragging it back, I'm taking it away.
But these are stupid things we did, and I'm sure other couples must do these really stupid things. And if you look down on that and watch us, how stupid was that?
Oh my god.
How ridiculous must we have looked to anybody looking in at that particular time? How crazy. What a waste of time and effort
Energy.
and energy.
Yeah.
But it was probably because we were tired. You know, we was just tired. You was 8 months pregnant. Neither of us had been sleeping. We just got to that boiling point where it's just too much. Because we would not act like that unless we was tired. We just, you know, we're pretty sensible, down to earth, grounded people. We wouldn't have acted like that. It's tiredness.
Yeah.
It's tiredness that does it. And when you're tired, it just, like I said, it just seems too much. So how do we deal with it now? What do we do?
What did you do yesterday after you snapped and you acted like an asshole?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point, because that's really relevant. That happened last night. I snapped last night. You come in and I had the kids and I snapped, and you took Luke off me, didn't you?
I took Luke.
Yeah, you come in and took Luke, which left me with Lucy. So that was good. That was nice, because it gave me a little bit of a breathing space, and I could comfort Lucy and get her to stop crying. And then I just took time out to take a deep breath and think, what happened now? And before I would follow you in and maybe pick up a fight,
Where is she? I'm gonna go after you.
I'm gonna go after you. I'm not happy with that. I just diffused the situation by coming up to you, leaning over your shoulder and giving you a kiss on your cheek. And that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that is me saying, I'm sorry. I acted like an arsehole. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just tired. And I forgive you for walking in and saying what you said. Not that I needed to forgive you. But it diffused the situation, didn't it? It's just something that we've learned to do. A little kiss or a smile. It's impossible to be angry when you're smiling. If you can smile at someone and they can smile back, you're just not going to be angry, are you? And it can't be a fake smile. You know, it can't be one of those, I'm going to kill you smiles. You know, it's got to be a genuine smile. And if we look at each other now and we've got to that stage where we're just about to butt heads, you know, just have a little kiss, have a hug, smile at each other and make it genuine. And then you'll know that actually something's up here. They are tired. They need something. And you can work it out.
Yeah.
You buy yourself that time, didn't you? And when you've got that little bit of time, you buy yourself that little bit of time, you can openly talk about what you need. You know.
I think with us also we because we resolve the situation so quickly nowadays, we then take the time to reflect on it, and there's always good stuff coming out of the discussions we have afterwards. It's like yesterday we were talking about how to work things out so it doesn't get stressful, I actually said to you that I'm glad that you know how difficult it is because it's different me saying to you that it's hard and kids are screaming and stuff, but until you actually experience the whole thing, you don't know. So you know the times that I need you at home, you know the times that I need your help with the kids, and you know how difficult it can get, which makes things better.
Yeah, when you understand each other's point of view and you see what the other person goes through, then you can empathise with that person, and then you can work out how you can help more. And we recognise a lot more now, I think, when we're both tired. You know, I can get, I notice if I don't eat well, if I don't drink enough water, if I don't exercise, if I don't get my workouts in, I get more tired than ever. And I get this brain fog come over where I can't think clearly, I can't see clearly. Everything just gets too much. And I need that time out. And there are occasions when you come in and you'll want something, you'll need something, and I'm just in no position to give it to you. And I will just give you a little sign like that when I just give me 10 minutes and I don't say anything. I just give you that little sign, and you know, okay, he just needs 10 minutes to sort something out. And you just leave me alone. And that's good for me. That works for me. And usually after about 10 minutes of breathing exercises, trying to get some oxygen in, trying to get my heart pumping a bit more, and thinking about things, I can work out what I need to do, and I can energize myself a little bit to partake in the day again. I just need that. But for me, it's always a build up. And when I eat well, when I drink well, when I exercise well, I can keep going and going and going. You know, the tiredness never really comes. So there is a saying, isn't it? You are what you eat. I think that's very true.
Yeah.
You know, and eating the right foods and preparing the day, planning the day, helps you stay on track of things to keep yourself energized. And that's what I do mostly. Don't always work, like last week. You know, we kind of, like I said, we went for it, but that's okay. You know, I did a video on that the other day, and you know, I put a little bit of weight on. I didn't feel great about myself, but mentally I felt fantastic. We just had such a good time. You know, we was out and we was smiling and joking and laughing, and it was like we didn't have a care in the world. So there's a balance, there's a trade-off, isn't there? You know, and we had that time out where we really, really enjoyed ourselves. You know, but what about you? What you know, when it gets to a stage with you when you can feel yourself getting really, really tired, how do you cope with it?
See, I'm a bit different than you are because I can keep going, and I push myself and I push myself. I've been told many times that I'm going to have a mental breakdown because I take so much on my shoulders, and then I crash. And the moments when I crash, it's often the little things that are triggers. And it used to be bad because I used to be like a volcano. It just gets up, it hits, and then boom, it explodes. And we had lots of arguments and we had lots of issues. But with all the learning and everything that we have been doing the last few years, I learned to talk about things. And the reason why I ask you, are you okay, when I walked into the room, is because that's what works on me. When you see that I'm getting stressed, when you see that I'm getting edgy, all I want you to do is to know that, notice that, and say, are you okay? And then I say yes or no, what's going on? And when I talk about things and I feel that you're listening and you take on board and you don't judge, you understand it, you understanding it, the whole thing goes down and things are not as big as they seem to be. So it's like the last 2 Fridays when you were coming back with Annabelle, you decided to go to her house, she could get changed and this and that. That has put about an hour and a half of the time for you to get back. And that's a massive difference and stuff. And we talked about it. I didn't let it build up, like it happens again and he's gonna come, I'm gonna be a complete bitch, I'm gonna kick off I'm gonna tell him what I think. I did it beforehand, not that I was a bitch, but I talked to you about how busy the time is and how I felt about the time that I'm left with the kids. is even longer, and why it's been okay to come straight here for 4 years now. I've got the baby and stuff, but all of a sudden there's a new pattern. I think I struggle with the new patterns and changes actually, because I'm
You
so
like routine, didn't you? Quite regimented. And for people who don't know, Annabelle's my oldest daughter. She doesn't live with us. So I go to pick her up and bring her back here so she can have some weekends with us and spend time with us. And in the past, if I was going over to spend some time with Annabelle and bring her back and I was delayed, it would be like on my mind all the time. Oh, bloody hell, Aga's going to be furious when I get home. These days, you know, you deal with it so much better, and we just talk about it now, don't you? And it was, you know what, I'm really not happy about that, because it's another hour and a half on your journey, which means I've now got 3 kids on my own.
I need to look cook, after. I need to feed them. I need to wait for you to come so we can all sit down and have dinner, which is not great because this one is hungry, that one is hungry, and stuff.
But that's great, isn't it? Because that's an honest conversation from you that explains to me how you feel. And because I've experienced having those kids and looking after those kids, I know how hard it is. So then I can speak with Annabelle and say, listen, we can't do this because it's not fair. You know, we need to get back as quickly as we can and help out and enjoy the evening together. And she'll be absolutely fine with that. There's no problem with that whatsoever. But that's us talking and you being honest, or us being honest, because in the past you wouldn't have been honest. You would have just sit there and you'd have tried to prove to the world you could do it, because this isn't going to beat me. No one's going to see me getting down and angry and agitated, and it would have just built up, like you said, and built up and built up like a little volcano.
Yeah.
And to the point.
And that's the thing, communication with me, it's talking about things like that time when you felt that you were doing the right thing and you left at 5 o'clock in the evening after we had the conversation that 5 till 8 is the busiest time. And I didn't say anything because I wanted to try it out, but it was busy, it was hectic, it was difficult and stuff. And you came back and we had an honest conversation about that as well. And we made changes, we agreed on the timings, and
yeah, we did. Yeah, and it was like, oh shit, yeah. Do you know what? I thought I would leave at 5 and I would be back and I'd help out early evening, but actually I left right at the start of the busy period.
Right at the start of the busy time, he's deciding to leave me for 3 hours.
It was good for me.
I bet it was good for you.
You know us men, we don't always think things through. We can act impulsively, and I can act impulsively. And you know, I think you know me well enough now to know I wouldn't do it maliciously or just to drop you in it. It's me trying to keep everyone happy in some respects, which is the worst thing to do, because you're trying to keep everyone happy. You never keep everyone happy. You make yourself bloody miserable. But me trying to think about how I can be the best I can be the man, and absolutely screwing it up big time, leaving you to deal with it. But that's the thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter. We all screw up. We all get things wrong. We all make mistakes, and it's how you deal with those mistakes and how you deal with them together. And in the past, when I would make mistakes or you make mistakes, if we was tired, we would just go on a downward spiral.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And we couldn't get out of it. But now we still can butt heads a little bit. Every couple does. But we can recognise it a lot quicker, and we can deal with it a lot quicker as we learn to talk to each other, and we've learned to be honest with each other. Yeah. And I think that was the thing as well, wasn't it? I wasn't used to asking for help, and I wasn't used to anyone helping me with anything. So my previous life, I did everything on my own.
And it was the same with me.
And it was the same with you. But you also had that thing instilled in you that you've got to show everybody that you can do it.
Yeah.
You've got to be the man. You've got to be the one who...
You always want people to be proud, and it doesn't have to be like that. And
we both saw asking for help as a weakness. You know, I always thought, I used to say to people, a problem shared is a problem doubled. You know, you've given somebody else your problem. Why do that? Keep your problem to yourself and deal with it. And that was what I believed in. So I would never talk to you about my problems, because I didn't want to give you that problem, so you then worried about it, because I just saw it as, well, not only have I got a problem, you got a problem. My worry, your worry. Keep it to myself, deal with it. but then it left you guessing what's wrong with him.
And you know how my imagination works. Oh my gosh, the scenarios I used to run in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. You'd think I'd be off doing all sorts of things. And
Yeah, he's getting cold feet. It wasn't supposed to get this far, and now we've got a kid on the way. And
I know he's going to leave me. He doesn't love me anymore. He's got somebody else, and the mind plays tricks.
Yeah.
But when you talk about things and when you're really honest and you're open with each other, the mind doesn't have to play tricks. You know exactly where I stand. I know exactly where you stand.
And I think that's the conclusion with us as well. Like, we learn to talk to each other about things, and as a consequence, we learned about each other's needs. So you told me the sign, I need some time on my own. I told you how I want to be comforted. So you noticed that something is not quite right. You ask me if I'm okay, and you listen, you're present, you're not on your phone or just listening this way or that way. You ask questions. That's the way how you deal with me. I know that you need to eat. I know when you need to drink. I know when you need to exercise. You know that I need to go for a walk every day.
Yeah.
And how much that means. And we only learned all these things because we talked about these things.
Yeah, and then we plan it. We put it in a diary. You know, we make sure every day in our diary we've got stuff to do that's good for each other.
Yeah.
Not just good for our business, not just good for our kids, but good for each other. So we will have go for a walk, we will have train, we will have eat healthy, we'll remind ourselves to drink lots of water. We keep each other accountable for what we both need, don't we?
Yeah.
And that works really, really well. And before, I don't know if we talked about this, but before I am, leave me alone. I need that time. And you are, I need you to come to me and ask me what's wrong so you can help me with it. And we treat each other how we are, wouldn't we? And it was quite funny, really, wasn't it? Because I used to get a problem and want you to back off, and you'd be, come on, let's have a cuddle, let's talk about it. You'd smother me.
What's on your mind?
And I'd be sitting there like, please, just leave me alone. And then I would see you struggling with things, and I think, I know what she needs. She needs a bit of time on her own. I'll go down the shops or I'll go watch a football.
Like, what an asshole. He doesn't care. He can see clearly that something is not right, and he has no interest.
Yeah, I'm bugging off.
He just went to the pub.
But to me, that was giving you what you needed. That was giving you the time that I needed. And you was giving me the questions and all this that I didn't want, you know. Yeah. And it weren't until we learned, actually, you need me to come to you and ask you what's wrong and how can I help and talk to you.
What's the solution to the challenge?
Yeah, precisely. And I just needed that little bit of time. And that was a game changer, wasn't it? That was a massive thing for us when we kind of worked that out. And this is what we help couples work out, you know, how you like to be loved, you know.
How do you like to be comforted? That was the question that we asked each other.
Yeah, that's it. You know, there's a saying, isn't there? Treat others how you want to be treated yourself. That's bullshit. Rubbish. You know, you treat others how they want to be treated. You know, it's, why would you treat someone else how you want to be treated? It's completely wrong for them. So we've spent a lot of time with clients and working out how they like to learn, how they like to interact, what they need, and with couples, what they need from each other and how they interact with each other, because it changed our relationship massively when we worked these things out. Massively, you know, and we haven't looked back since then.
No.
And don't get me wrong, we still butt heads from time to time. We still have a little bit of argy-bargy here and there, don't we? But it is generally, I think, personally, I know it certainly is for me when I'm tired. If I'm not tired, nothing bothers me. We can talk about it. We can put things right. We move on. When we're tired, it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So to combat that, we plan our meals.
Yeah.
We plan our meals.
That made a massive difference as well.
We make sure, apart from when we're out having night on the piss and all willpower goes out the window.
We've got a babysitter tomorrow. We're going to go out.
Have we? Fantastic, yes. But generally speaking, we plan our meals, don't we? We know what we're going to eat, when we're going to eat it. We remind each other to drink water. We keep ourselves hydrated. You know, we don't always remember, but if we remember more than we don't, then we're on the right track, aren't we? So we keep ourselves hydrated. We have a little routine in the morning for our water and vitamins, don't we? So we make sure we get our vitamins in our body as well. We plan our exercise, because the more we exercise, the more energy we have. You know, we both hate being overweight, don't we?
Oh, I feel so uncomfortable even now.
But you know, you've just given birth.
But you know what? I had it's not as bad as I thought it would be, because the last 2 weeks we didn't eat great. We had people over, we had a few drinks, we had a night out, and I'm only 1 pound over what I was last time when I weighed myself.
And this is what I say to the clients as well. They beat themselves up and they get themselves down about, we can never have a night out, we can never have a drink, we can never have this and that, and it's going to ruin everything. Yeah, mentally, what did that do for us to have that little week?
We had so much fun. And that's what we missed, because we get so drawn into the routine and stuff, and to have that night out when you don't have to worry about anything, you can get drunk. I don't remember last time I was drunk. And I walked into the house and I said to my mum, I am so drunk.
I think you said more than that. I couldn't understand because it's in Polish, but
he's a vegan and he went to the fridge looking for some chicken. Chicken. I want some chicken. No chicken in the fridge.
I know, yeah, because old habits come back in when you're that pissed, you just forget.
Yeah, but we just kept laughing the whole Saturday, and then you get text messages from the friends that were with us, and there was a funny video of how wonderful the night was. I was like, oh my gosh, there's me in the corner dancing. I never ever dance. How much wine did I have?
But that's the point, isn't it? You know, when you're a couple, when you're looking to be a better person, when you're looking to have a more rounded life, when you're looking to lose weight, whatever you're looking to do, you need that balance. You need a little bit of fun. You need a lot of laughter. You know, you need a little bit of naughtiness. You need a little bit of edginess. You need everything, don't you? And you can't. Well, I don't think you can just be so focused on one thing, and it becomes a detriment of everything else. And I've made that mistake in the past. I've been so focused on my business. That's all I'm doing. I'm just working on this and forget you, forget the kids, forget to go out. I'd forget to eat. I'd forget to drink. I could come into an office and just sit there all day and just not leave until I'm literally shaking because I've eaten nothing. You know, that's not healthy.
No, I used to keep the track of the days, because you normally take about 2 weeks when you've got your new shiny
obsession.
New obsession. It would last about 2 weeks, and when it comes to the end of the second week, you would sit down and you would be feeling really low and really down, and you would be saying, I don't feel as we're spending enough time together, let's make some plans.
Yeah. But now
let's reorganize our diaries again.
But now making daily plans and talking about things, and we run 3 times a week, and we talk about what we're going to be doing, what we're going to fun we're going to have, work we're going to do, projects we're working on. We talk about it all through the run. Makes it run easier, doesn't it, as well? And it gives us that, it energizes us even more to, we can do this. You know, we're on fire. And when we've got that plan and we've got other things into the diary that isn't just work, it helps us massively, and it stops us getting tired, you know, because we don't have that lull, you know. And so to recap, I would say planning the food, making sure you get enough water, vitamins into your body, making sure you know what you're doing throughout the day, so you haven't got to think about it, you just know. Putting in your diary fun things you want to do, that's going to energize you, it's going to keep you going. Talking to each other, motivating each other, pushing each other, all of these things kind of take the edge off the tiredness, keep you going, give you things to look forward to. You know, having things to look forward to is massive, isn't it? Nothing to look forward to, life gets so dull, doesn't it? You know, and with our clients, you know, they want to achieve things, and they can be so focused on just that one thing they want to achieve, and then they forget about all the other stuff. So it's bringing everything in, making it rounded, making it balanced.
You
know, I remember when we used to work with a coach, and we was business coach, wasn't it? And he would ask us to plan things, and I would
that was funny.
I would put everything in that was work.
There was a section in the 90-day plans, personal goals.
Yeah, which was full of work.
Yeah, which was meant to be like our goals, what we're gonna do as a family, as a couple. And he goes, I want to do this training, I want to complete this course, I want to do this, and I want to do this. And I remember looking at it and saying, well, what the? Maybe that's not personal. Do I come into it by any chance? No, I'm sure it's like that. And when we showed it to him, it was like, there's a problem there.
But that was me, wasn't it? That was that personal. What do you want to achieve personally? I want a business. I want to learn something. I want to learn how to trade, or I want to learn how to do cryptocurrency, or I want to learn how to develop properties, or whatever it was. It was all that was personal to me. That was my life, work. And you changed that a lot, which I'm very grateful for, because we have a lot more fun now. And now if someone said that, I would put things in there that we will do together. Because I know when we put things in our plan that we do together, it's more fun. We have more energy, and the tiredness isn't there. I mean, we run before we did this podcast. We was out running before we sat here. And now if we'd have sat down after that run, you'd be sitting there, dear me, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. But we come in here, let's jump on straight away, let's do it. We'd had it planned, we knew what we was doing, we roughly knew what we was going to talk about. I don't feel tired. No, I feel full of the energy. And you know what, I actually think I'm going to take out our adventure book, and we're going to make a commitment to scratch one of the stuff that we will commit to do, maybe within a week. And then we can talk about it. Okay, that's a good idea. I bought it a while ago, didn't I? For 2 years ago. Christmas? And we haven't done it, have we? Because kids come along. But it's an adventure book. It's advertised on Facebook. It's such a good thing. And you scratch things off and you do them together. Oh, look, this is the last one that we did. We did the portraits of her. We painted each other, didn't we? We had a lot of wine that night as well, didn't we? That was fun. What was the other one we did? We didn't get to do it. Didn't we not? Oh no, that was buying the box. Buying that box. Yeah, writing our memories on this. We got the memory box. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got the babysitter now, and I think we should really do something. Right, we're going to do this now. Choose one, and we're going to scratch it off, and we'll talk about it. Do you want to do it after dark when the kids are? Ooh, that sounds good. Let's do it. The movie. High School Sweetheart. Oh, that we need to drive. Yeah, we can drive. Yeah, 1 to 3 hours. So we're going to do this one? Okay, scratch it off. And we'll see what we've got to do. This adventure book is a really cool thing. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. Just gives couples something to do together. If you kind of... I think I bought it at a time where I wouldn't say we were stuck for things to do together. It was lockdown, wasn't it, as well? And it was like, there's not so much going on, and then maybe this will give us a good opportunity to do things together. And you've really got to commit to doing it. And when you scratch one, that's why we haven't scratched them off, because we couldn't commit to it. But now we've got a bit more time. What we've got to do now? Come on, read it out. We can do it tomorrow. It's actually better than going for a meal. Dress like a high school stereotype. Jock, nerd, and goth. What does that mean? Say that again. Jock, nerd, goth, etc. Jog, nerd, golf. What does that mean? No idea. Maybe somebody can tell us. You sure it says jog? Jock. Jock. Jock? Yeah. Oh, not jog. Jock, like in America they call them jocks, and they like the American footballers. So that you either dress like a jock, American footballer, maybe a nerd, like a geeky kind of person. And what does that say? Goth. G-O-T-H. Goth. Oh, goth. With black makeup and black hair and. Bloody hell! Oh my days! What have you scratched off? Take a blanket and spread it out on a high school football field. Okay. Lay on the blanket. Eat food that reminds you of high school. Talk about your favorite and most embarrassing high school moments. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, well, we need to find like a little football pitch or something. Hopefully the weather will be okay. This is the UK and we can't always guarantee it here. But okay, that's what we've got to do. We're going to do that when? Yep, Wednesday, tomorrow. Oh, wow, a lot of planning. Okay, all right, we'll commit to that. We'll do that tomorrow, and we'll take some pictures and post them in the group. Yeah. And That'll be interesting.
That's
So
so cool.
okay, I think what we're doing for time, we got to
44
wrap up a
minutes.
little
Oh
bit.
my gosh.
Go on. Top tips for avoiding tiredness. I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, top tips. Make sure you eat, make sure you drink, make sure you exercise, make sure you do what works for you. And as a couple, make sure that you talk to your other half and ask the question, how do you like to be comforted? Learn about the needs of each other.
Be honest.
And then be honest.
Mm.
And when things are getting a bit too much, it's okay to be tired. It's okay to be exhausted. And it's okay to take a little rest.
Mm.
And it's okay to ask for help as well.
Yeah. And when I say be honest with your partner if something they're doing is aggravating you.
Oh gosh, yes. Tell them. Take it out. I mean, the worst thing that they can do is just bite your head off and say that's bullshit.
That's
And
the
then you
worst
just have
thing.
to-
You have to deal with
yeah.
that, don't you? But they shouldn't do. You know, if you're having an open and honest conversation about how you feel and how you implement things that's going to make the relationship better and take that tiredness away and give you the energy to do more,
Yeah.
then no one should be biting anyone's head off. And you know, if I hadn't have said to you, you know what, when you smother me like that, it doesn't work for me, you'd probably carried on doing
Oh
it.
gosh, yeah.
You know.
I did it yesterday. Are you okay?
Kind of, a little bit, maybe.
Well, it did
but
aggravate you.
it did aggravate me. But again, it wasn't. It was just because I was so bloody tired, and the kids were just screaming. And there ain't a lot you can do about it. You just got to suck it up. Sometimes you just have to suck things up and deal with it. And that's what we did. We sucked it up. We dealt with it, and we give each other a little kiss and a nod that it's going to be okay.
Oh, we had a lovely evening.
And we had a really lovely evening. Apart from me falling asleep, putting Liz into bed for
me being ready not to sleep at 8 o'clock.
It was a great. Actually, we didn't have a lovely evening.
No, we did. We came downstairs and we just talked.
Yeah,
we had no
actually,
telly.
yeah. No.
We had no music. We just lied down and we talked. I had a nice head massage.
Yeah.
And then we went back to sleep
And
at
we went
9:15.
But that was good.
That's good.
We listened to each other.
Yeah.
We didn't force ourselves to stay up because we're adults and you think you have to stay up. What in time? I'm going to go to bed. Great, let's go to bed.
Yeah, we've got that deal that we always go to bed together.
Yeah, we never go to bed.
Unless we in the past, there was times when you were watching all the, I don't know, what was that horrible thing you were watching? The
Walking Dead.
Oh my gosh. We could only watch it when we were not talking. And you
I used to make
home.
arguments so I could watch The Walking Dead because I knew, if we had an argument, you go to bed and I could watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it from us. I hope that was enjoyable. We will see you again on Tuesday, the following Tuesday, with another episode. Take care. Bye. I'll try and remember how to stop this now.
This is going to be exciting. Dress like a high school stereotype. Jock. So the jock is the footballer, nerd is a geeky one, and goth is the heavy metal type.
Yep. Oh, that's it.
We'll get Andrea to take a picture of us. We'll get the picnic basket out.